Okay, so this program, I'm going to build on this and eventually it'll be like one big program, but I'll discuss the techniques over several videos. So let's pretend we have been asked to do a menu for a Gelato Cafe, Gelato Dreams Cafe. So what I have here are 3 parallel lists with data. We have the flavors, and I just populated that by hand here, and just a bunch of strings of the flavors. And then I have the calories array, so we can put the calories per serving up on the menu. And notice already I have mixed data. This is string data or text data. This is integer data. Okay, and then let's say they sell cones, gelato cones. So these are the costs per cone for each of the items. And again, I had to make sure that I put the correct calories and the correct cost with the correct item, because Python is not going to check that for me. Okay, so the parallel lists are populated, and I wanted to show you this. This was my first inclination to do something like this, but I'm going to run that. What I wanted to do was just print the flavors, put a tab in there, and print the calories, and then another tab, and then the cone, and then I would get some nice lined up columns. This won't work though, because we can see the error down here, can't convert int object to string implicitly. So basically, you know, the flavor is a string, the tab, this is the tab escape sequence, that too is a string, and then it comes across this integer, and it's like, whoa, 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 wait a minute, we've got an apples and oranges situation. Okay, so what I did is I fell back on the technique that we were talking about, well, probably in the last unit, where we use placeholders and then provide the data types. So let me put that in here. I'm going to comment this one out. You know what, in fact, maybe I'll just delete it entirely. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here. I built a string, and what I want is the name of the item first, the flavor. Then I'll do a couple of tabs just because it'll be too tight if I just do one tab. And then I will have the calories amount. And then lastly, I'm going to have the cost. And this is, if you recall, this is how we would format to make it look like money. I can even throw in a dollar sign. Maybe I'll try that too and see how that works. So I have the string, you're like setting up a format pattern with your placeholders, and then we call the format method, and then we provide items, or the lists here with the loop counter as list index here. Don't forget that technique. Z I chose in this case. Set it up to go 10 times because there are 10 items in each list. So anyway, we have the flavors comes first because the flavors placeholder comes first. Calories comes second. Order matters. So it's not a big deal because we only have 3. It's not difficult to get 3 items straight. But if you had 10 items, you'd have to be very careful getting everything in the right place. So let's run that, see how it looks. Okay, it actually looks pretty good. Okay, this is why I did 2 tabs instead of 1. Watch what happens if I take one of those out. It's just a little too cramped there. So I'll put that back in. I think I'm going to pause this and put a new technique in here. I'm also going to maybe add some column headers so we know what we're looking at, and so that those will be there in the next video.